Welcome back to today's live session. Well, if you have been following this series, thank you, for staying with me. And if this is your first time, you are welcome. Um, my name is Samir Oyolola, and today we are combining two very important topics. One is the step-by-step um, immigration process. The second one will be what life looks like after you arrive to wherever you intend going to. I'm going to focus to this topic on Canada. Well, before we begin, a quick disclaimer: I am not a licensed immigration consultant. This is general information based on experience and always I'm just gonna recommend that you always confirm with official sources. um let's start with a quick question. Which one are you more interested in? Is it A, how to apply, or B, live after arriving? Well, you can drop A or B in the chat. Let me know. I'm just gonna give you a minute to do that. So part one, which is A, will focus on step by step immigration process. And I'm gonna break it down clearly. First step is to choose the right pathway. This is very important if you are planning to um, migrate to another country because everything starts here. You must firstly decide, is it via study route, work route, or permanent residence C route. But there are so many factors you need to consider while choosing this. One, your age, your education, your level of education, work experience, and finances. This will determine your best options because like I said in my last live stream, everyone have different status, so your case might not be the same with mine. So step two is check your eligibility. Oh, don't assume. Don't You have to check properly. Just don't assume. For example, you have to do you meet language requirements? You need to confirm that. Do you have enough work experience for whatever pathway you want to use? Or for the PR, do you qualify for direct PR? You know, if you qualify directly, So your profile will determines your chances. Step three is take your language test. For Canada, tests like IELTS or CEPIL or CELPIP are required for PR purposes. But I have an important advice for you. You have to prepare properly. One, do not rush. Just prepare properly and aim for high scores. Your score can significantly affect your success. Don't forget, PR pathway, it's mostly point-based pathway depending on the stream. You know, so take notes. You have to prepare well and try to have get a high score. Step four is gather your documents. This stage is critical. You will need your one, you will need your passport, your educational certificates. Don't forget your transcript if you've not gotten it. Work experience letter from your employment letter, and the likes from your employer, your pay stubs, all these documents you're going to put together. There are so many. Then proof of funds. You have to show that you have sufficient amount of money to cover your purpose. It's not necessarily uh it's not necessarily let me say, well, it's not necessarily you use just I mean statement of account. You can use other proof of funds. You have bonds. If you have like if you have a house, you can do what you do the valuation. You evaluate it, um and sorry, you value it, have a document to back it up, and you can also you know the worth of it, and back it up with document. This can also be used as support for your proof of funds. During my time, I use all these things. My house, I evaluate the evaluate, and my um, the money I get from my tenants, rent pay. I show proof for all that. So it's long, it's large, it's a large process. So you're gonna need um maybe someone to guide it through if you don't really have deep understanding of it. Again, make sure everything is accurate. Do not provide or present any fake documents. Details match across all documents. Make sure what you are presenting, there's no discrepancies. There are no discrepancies. Just make sure everything is well, you know, like they all align well. Then step 5 is submit your application. For PR, many people use Express Entry. Fine, they are PMP, but um, still gonna need IRCC to finalize it. How to go about this is you create your a profile and wait for an invitation. All what I've mentioned earlier, you have to put all this information. When they invite you, you can now start just following seat. Just follow seat. But you have to create a profile first. Put your details, information, and make sure you double check whatever information you're filling and check it against the documents, the physical documents you have. Apply directly online. You can do this by yourself. Be careful, like I said again, be very, very careful when filling your application. Small mistakes can cause rejection. Small, like the minimal one can cause rejection. So you have to be very, very careful when you fill in your application. After that, you go to step 6, which is biometrics and medicals. After applying, you may give fingerprints, which most likely, like, depending on where you're from, and you will likely do a medical. You know, these are mandatory, not they are mandatory, to be honest. Then from there, we you wait for a decision, which is the step 7. This part requires patience because sometimes it can take forever. Like what I mean by that, sorry. Like the processing time, to be honest, is it's both times. Yeah, I mean processing times vary, so don't panic. They have the average time, but it varies. Avoid checking your application every hour. It will make it faster. It's it won't change anything. Then final, you wait for your approval, and Prepare to travel. Well, once approved, you're gonna receive your visa. Like I said again, prepare, to travel. You buy your flight ticket, and so there are so many other things you have to do. But here's the truth: getting your visa is just the beginning. Yeah, it is. Don't think, oh, you got my visa. Yes, I'm free. No, it's just the beginning, to be honest with you. So that will lead us to part two of this life stream of the discussion, which is life after arrival. And I'm going to tell you what nobody tells you, because this is where the reality starts. And I'm going to state them one by one. Firstly, finding accommodation. This can be very difficult at first because rent is so expensive in many cities. Like, it's expensive in many cities, to be honest. Because of that, you may need temporary housing, depending on how financially buoyant you are. My advice is you have to plan ahead. You check online. You know what the cost of living is in that in the city you intend going to, and don't expect luxury immediately. No way. Secondly, is search for a job. Many people struggle here. To be honest with you, even if you have experience, that doesn't guarantee. You may not. You see. Let me tell you something. You may not get your dream job immediately. Have that at the back of your mind. So you start with survival jobs if necessary. Build local, experience. Like when I moved in, yeah, the first job I got was um um what's it called? McDonald's. I worked for them for a couple of months before, and I moved to another, job, switched to another job. Cost of living is the third one. Very, very important because things are not cheap. You're gonna spend on rent, you're gonna spend on food, you spend on transportation. My advice is that you budget wisely. Avoid unnecessary spending early. Be careful with your spendings. If you don't wanna go, if you don't wanna use the word, I know. The fourth thing I want you to take note is building credit and systems. In countries like Canada, credit score is very important. It's very important. You will need it for renting, loans, buying a car. Start building early. That's my advice. You know, like I said again, start building early. You know why? Why you need to start building early? Because this country, for you to get, for you to survive, for the government to support you, for you to have access to so many things, your credit score matters. It's everything is centralized. You want to get a house, they're gonna check your credit score. It's very important, and it has to do with finance. Then again, one thing you also wanted to consider is culture shock, because this is real. What do I mean by culture shock? The weather, lifestyle, communication. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba man. I have my accent. You get what I mean? And Canada, you see people from other side of the world. It's a country of diversity. See people, Indian, Chinese, even the native speakers. So you have to find a way, you know, to blend into the system. You have to find a way to get used to their lifestyle. Create it. Look for a way. The weather. Like today now, it's really cold out there. That's why I put it on my jacket. I mean, not like put it on my jacket, but because it's raining and it's very freezing. So you need to put that into considerations. Factor that when you plan it to come in. However, there's many common mistakes people make. I must touch it. I must touch this part. Let me be very honest with you. Choosing the wrong pathway, trusting fake agents, not planning financially, expecting instant success, and giving up too early. These are part of the common mistakes people make. Because success requires patience and strategy. You get what I mean? It requires patience and strategy. So now let's talk. What stage are you currently in? Or what challenges are you facing? Drop your questions. I will answer as many as I can. Today I'm not going to share my personal experience. I don't like sharing my personal experience because I notice like our experiences are different. When I came in, I was lucky. My friend lives here. Okay. So I had a soft landing. Some people doesn't have such. My friend was there, you know, put me through. You have to do this first, you have to do that, you have to do that. And there are organizations around. You have to find them. They will put you through on how to settle down quick. But I didn't have to go to them. I eventually went and my family joined me, but I didn't have to go to meet them because my friend had, done all that for me. Even before I moved in, my apartment was waiting for me without me knowing. So I don't want to use my personal experience. I don't want to share my personal experience for you because we have different um what's it called status in terms of who you know, where you're going, what the people there. Well, I can see no one is dropping anything here. Well, I'm just gonna round it here, round it up here. So thank you so much for joining today. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, I have to tell you this: take action. Stop procrastinating. Take action. Make a move. Take, you know, that first step. Make it. Because your immigration journey starts with the right information and the right decisions. I want to say this again. Your immigration journey starts with the right information and the right decisions. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. See you in the next session. Bye.